Hello my dear children, it's nice to meet you all with another English lesson. And today we'll be talking about word classes. Now when it's words classes, it's usually the nouns, the verbs, the adjectives and adverbs. But for today we'll be discussing only the first three, the nouns, verbs and adjectives. Now you see nouns, verbs and adjectives. I hope that you can remember this. You can recall what you have learned earlier in your previous grades. So I'm not going to tell you now what nouns are, verbs are and adjectives. To see whether you can remember, to recall your memory, I'll be giving you a simple activity and you will be your teacher to check your answers. Let's see. Here, categorize under nouns, verbs and adjectives. You have verbs, adjectives and nouns in this table and there are many words here. Maybe you can draw columns and quickly write down under the word classes they belong to. Okay, while you are writing, I will also help you to read the words pillow, publish, maintain, beautiful, farmer, computer, educate, kitchen, dangerous, different, and then you have valuable, engage, interesting, monkey and organize. I hope that you got enough time to categorize them under the correct word class. So let's check. These are my answers. You can compare them with your answers and correct. Okay, under nouns you have pillow, farmer, computer, kitchen and monkey. And then under verbs you have publish, maintain, educate, engage and organize. Then adjectives, beautiful, dangerous, different, valuable and interesting. So let's see what each and every word class tell about. Now you have nouns. A noun is a word for a person, place, animal or an object, right? Now you see the first picture is a place. We went to the beach. When you talk you went to the beach, it's a place. Beach is a place. And then you have an object. Here you have an apple there. I ate the apple. Okay. Then next the animal. And here any animal, it's a noun. And then you have a person. So when it comes to person, it will be many people in your life that you meet and they come under the noun category. Okay, is it clear now? Right, then let's go to the next one. Now, when we spoke about noun, nouns are further categorized like this. Okay, do not panic, it's very easy. It's all what you have learned and you are looking it on a screen and it's on a table. Now you can see a table here on screen. This table shows the main kinds of nouns. Let's look at the first row. It's countable noun and uncountable nouns. Countable nouns can be counted as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and many more. And for example, it's flower and you can say 1 flower, 2 flower, 3 flowers. Okay? And then uncountables, usually you don't say it like 1 water, 2 water. It's like water. At the same time, for example, you can say oil. Even oil you do not count 1 oil, 2 oil. And you can also think other examples which you can put under uncountable nouns. Then, the next one is concrete nouns and abstract nouns. What is concrete nouns and abstract nouns? concrete nouns can be touched. They have a shape. They have a color as well. Now, for example, I have given you ball. You know, ball has a shape. Ball has colors. Okay, and also you can touch it. So, they are called concrete nouns. And here you have abstract nouns. Abstract nouns are not tangible. Actually, children, you cannot touch them. It's like a type of a feeling, right? A dream. Do you usually touch a dream? Does it have a shape? Does it have a color? Maybe you have colorful dreams, of course, but it's not touchable. And also, for example, you can say love and then kindness. These are all abstract nouns. Okay, right. And then we have the common nouns and the proper nouns. Common nouns are usually like all the things what you see, and they are not given a special name. Now, when it comes to the example dog, you know, it's any dog. It's not a particular dog. Now, maybe you have a German Shepherd in your house. So, then it's particularly you name it. This is the breed. But when it comes to school, it can be any school in Sri Lanka, any school in the world. So, it's common to everyone. But here you see proper nouns. Proper nouns always begin with a capital letter and they have a specific name. For example, you see Roy, Gampaha, maybe Colombo, Kaluthara, Jaffna. So, I think you have a clear idea about this, about these nouns. Alright, how the nouns are categorized. So, my dear students, at the beginning of the lesson, I told you about the word classes, the nouns, verbs and the adjectives. So, now we have discussed about nouns. Now, let's see what we have about verbs. A verb tells about an action or a state. For example, you have the words, you can read them along with me. Run, go, write, read, eat, maintain, like. Usually, it's all what we do. Now, for example, here I am teaching, you are learning, you are writing, so many things. That's why I said it's an action. Alright? Okay. So, if that is clear, let's go to the next slide. The adjectives. The adjectives are really good to use in a sentence because it gives special information and it also gives a beauty to the sentence. And when you use this, anyone would like to read your sentences. So, children, let's look at it deeply. Adjective is a word that describes a noun or a pronoun and you describe it more. And they give us information about people, animals or things represented by nouns and pronouns. For example, there are a few words that I have given: big, small, blue, old, rich and nice. These are some. There are so many that you might know which you can use as adjectives. So now we are going to see, using all these 3 word classes what we have learned, how are we going to put them into sentences. Okay. Now you see there is a beautiful picture and you can read a sentence. At the top of the picture, a beautiful girl is picking flowers. Alright. So here you can say nouns, verbs and adjectives. I think you have identified them. And if you have guessed, let's see that you have found out that this sentence has 2 nouns. Yes, it's the girl and the what? Yes, the words in red are the nouns. In the sentence, it's the girl and the flowers. Okay, so that's clear. Maybe you have found out the verb now or the adjective, and we are going to see. Okay, it's is picking. Now you know, is picking is an action. You see, this little girl is picking some red flowers and it is an action. So we have given that in our sentence and it takes the form of the verb. And let's see the remaining one, the adjective. Okay. And you see it's in blue, the beautiful girl. The girl is beautiful and it's given in the sentence. It describes the noun even clearer. It tells that the girl is beautiful. You know, children, when you talk about something, if you really want to give a clear picture, using an adjective will always help you to tell exactly what you are talking about. All right? Okay. Then the next slide. Here now, this is a different activity. I have given 3 blanks in 3 sentences, but the picture is the same picture and there are blanks that you have to fill. So while filling this, you are going to do, and I know that you are ready with your pens and books, you should always see, is the blank for a verb or for a noun or for an adjective? Think about that. Read the sentence and then see which word matches the sentence appropriately. For example, a beautiful blank is picking flowers. So now you see, children, a beautiful is picking flowers. Who is picking flowers? As you know, the girl. And you understand the girl there is a noun. All right. Then the next one. There are blank flowers in her hand. Now see, remember about the countable nouns, uncountable nouns which we spoke at the beginning. Right? So you can say the number of flowers, or maybe you can say the color of the flower. Right? So it depends on the way you look at the picture, you study the picture. And then the third one, the sun dash in the sky. Now what is the sun doing here? Okay? Write an answer for that. Let's see the answer now. The beautiful girl is picking flowers. There are 5 flowers in her hand. Okay, I said that you can give the numbers. And then the sun is shining. Here we have told about the verb which was missing in that particular blank. So let's go to the next one. Okay, my dear students. Now here you have another beautiful picture, and here study this picture. While studying this picture, you can see the nouns related to the picture, the verbs there, and also the adjectives. To describe the noun, you always use an adjective, and keeping all this in mind, start taking down some words under the category of nouns, verbs and adjectives that you can use to describe this beautiful picture. Alright. Now what I can say is a lady reading a book, 2 boys playing with a ball, and another boy playing with a dog, and there is a girl picking flowers, and I see a nice picnic mat there with some food items, and also I can see a white puppy jumping there. So these are the nouns, right? And also you see, while I was talking, I also used verbs and adjectives as well. So maybe you must have noticed them and you must have got them in your sentences as well. So let us compare now. what we have done. Okay? Right. These are my sentences. My dear students, it doesn't have to be exactly like I have written. Maybe you must have studied the picture in a different way, but it should be a meaningful sentence. For example, you see 3 birds are flying in the sky. Right? In that sentence, you have a noun, you have verb, and also you have adjective. Alright? The noun is birds. And then how many birds? 3 birds. And the action there is flying. Alright? Okay. Let's see the sentence at the bottom. 2 boys are playing with a ball. So their action is taking place. So that is, they are playing with a ball. And here we have said 2 boys. Alright? Okay. And they are playing. There are what? 2 nouns. And what are they? They are boys and ball. You saw we have 2 nouns. Then we'll see the next one. Another boy is playing with a dog. We spoke about 2 boys, and then there is another boy. That's why we use another boy is playing with a ball. There we have spoken about the action. We have told about the boy, and then with whom? He's playing with a dog. Right? And then we have one more sentence. A lady is reading a book. Here, maybe you must have written a lady is reading a storybook, or a beautiful lady is reading a storybook. So it's according the way you have written the sentence. But if there is added adjectives, nouns, and the verbs, do not worry. It doesn't have to be exactly like this. This is the way I have written it. So, if the sentence pattern is correct, you can always give a tick to you. Right. And there you see a little girl is picking flowers. There you see the girl, noun, and the action is picking. And what is she picking? Flowers, the object. And then I have mentioned little girl. The girl is little, the adjective, the word little, I have used as an adjective. I hope this is very clear to you, my dear children. So let us move on to another activity and have fun today. Okay. Now here we don't have the words, the answers, but you have some picture clues which you can use to fill in the gaps. So maybe we can all join and read the first sentence. The boy is climbing the rope. Rope? What? Yes, the boy is climbing the rope ladder. Okay, the word ladder is a noun there. Then, sentence number 2. The boy blank a picture. Look at that picture there. The boy is doing something, and you know, it's an action. So when it is an action, it's a verb. Maybe it's very clear. So you can write your answers, because I am not going to tell the answers. The third one, the aeroplane blank blank in the sky. What can the aeroplane do in the sky? Now you all know some action is taking place there, and you can use the suitable verb there. Okay, number 4. The bright blank is shining in the sky. So the picture is very clear, and it's very easy for you to fill in the gaps there. Then the 5th one. The boy is riding a blank on the road. So in the picture you see What is he riding? Next one. The boy is working on the blank. It is on the table. So you can see with what the boy is working, and it's a name, and it is a very familiar name for all of you, and it's very easy to guess, my dear children. And now, if you have got your answers, we'll check them. And this is for you, my dear children. Now you see rope ladder. Just focus yourself on rope ladder. The ladder is a noun, and there I have specifically said it's a rope ladder. Okay, because there are wooden ladders, steel ladders, and here I have said about rope ladders. Then the next one, the boy, the action is drawing a picture. Right, the third one, the aeroplane, I said that you all know the answer. What does an aeroplane do in the sky? It's flying in the sky. Okay, right. And then the bright what? The bright sun. It is a noun. Is shining in the sky. And then the boy is riding it's very clear, bicycle on the road. The boy is working on the computer. It is on the table. Maybe you must have written it as laptop. Do not worry. It can be laptop. It can be a computer, and it's correct. Okay. So as you have got a very clear picture about the nouns, verbs, and the adjectives, let's move on to another activity. Yes, study this picture. Now you know this is a very familiar place, like we all go to spend during our weekends, and maybe they are spending their leisure time there, and there are many activities taking place, and there are a number of sentences that you can write when you study this picture. And having the knowledge of nouns, verbs, and adjectives, I would like you to write some beautiful sentences that we can read and enjoy. Now let's talk about the nouns here. There are plenty, so I'll just talk about balloons there, and then children, lollipop, and then you see a kite and the aeroplane, and so many other things. And to talk about these nouns, you can always use the adjectives that you have learned, and maybe what is matching to the noun, and then to complete it, use the verbs. All right. Now for example, you see there are two kids there, two children, and they are playing hopscotch. Here, the game that they play here is hopscotch. Maybe for some of you, it might be a very familiar word, but for some, it might be the first time that you learn. So that's why I thought of telling you the word hopscotch there. And then now let us see how we construct these sentences. Here it is given in a paragraph, and there are also blanks in a few places. So just write down the number, and you can write the exact adjective, verb, or the noun there. Take your time to read the paragraph, children, or read with me. This is a picture of a park. There is a balloon man. He has red, blue, purple, and blank balloons. A boy and a blank are playing hopscotch. One boy is blank a picture. A man is flying a blank. The aeroplane is flying high in the blank sky. So now you know the verbs, you know the adjectives, you know the nouns, and you know what to write. Okay children, it's just only 5 blanks. You can write the number and write your answer, and you can check with my answers. Alright, now look at the picture. The balloon man has red, blue, purple, and there is one yellow balloons. Okay, the color is given there, and here the word yellow stays as an adjective there. It tells more about the balloon. And then we have a boy and a blank are playing hopscotch. I said there can be a number of nouns in a sentence for you not to worry. So I told you about hopscotch at the beginning when we spoke about the picture. And then you see the boy is already there. The remaining person is the girl, and you have written it. So let's see the next one, the third one. One boy is, what is that boy doing? It's very easy, it's an action, you know, he's drawing. Okay, right. And then you have a man is flying what is he flying? Yes, a man is flying a kite. You might have written a purple kite, a blue kite, a beautiful kite. That doesn't matter. After all, you have used an adjective, and that's perfect. Okay, and then we'll see the aeroplane is flying high in the blank sky. So you see the picture, and the sky is blue, and you know the blue sky. Right. So my dear children, when it comes to picture descriptions, it's very easy for you to handle this. Maybe it can be a fill in the blank, or maybe you have to study the picture and write complete sentences. And you know, in your O-level paper, picture descriptions comes very often, and they are very interesting as well. So do not just leave the question and attempt the others. Try. Now you have learnt the use of adjectives, verbs and nouns, and you know how to construct the sentences. So they are going to be very simple. Take all the past papers that you have and choose the picture descriptions for today, and then you can start practicing. Until I see you for the next class, thank you and goodbye.